guys, I'm Janvi and welcome to my YouTube channel. Recently, I got a chance to interview Aastha Sharma. Aastha is a content writer and copywriter with over 3 years of experience. Having 30,000 plus followers on LinkedIn, she is a influencer with a very strong personal brand. I am grateful to get this opportunity to interview her and gain knowledge from her experience. Follow Astha on LinkedIn to get insightful posts on your feed. Do like the video and subscribe to the channel. Leave comments and let me know what is your view on it. I had a great time with Astha. Hope you do too. Thank you. Keep watching.
Yeah. So it's been a while, that I am helping people. I mean, it was not my primary goal as such, but when I started LinkedIn, I started getting a lot of questions, a lot of queries from amateur writers and newbie writers who really wanted to be in this field. So I used to get a lot of queries to which I had, I had to answer even minute things. So I just thought that why shouldn't I start telling people how to be a good content writer? Because whenever I read something, whenever I read any blog, any article, I see a lot of grammatical mistakes. So I feel when it's like if we teach the right things to the kids, only then they'll grow up better, in a better way, right? They'll have good
Yeah,
values. So I thought,
yeah.
why not to actually educate content writers to do better, to write better, have good grammar, have their basics right. So that is how, I mean, I'm not sure how you actually found me, but you really found the right person, I can say that. Yes, because
Yeah.
I still remember, because what strike me the most, because when I was 3 years back, I started my journey of content writing 3 years back, right? And no, it was also by chance. It was a risk that I took. I didn't know that I really wanted to write for brands. I really wanted them to, to increase their presence and everything. I did not know writing exists, content writing or copywriting exists on the first place. So I started like that. And so yes, I did not have people to actually guide me, give the direction to me. So I feel there should be a person, I should help people to grow. So that is why I'm kind of here. I told you that I'm ready to actually give you the right track. At least I can give you the
Yeah.
direction. That after that you have to find your way. That's the thing.
Yeah. It's
So
just not
yes,
for me, it's for a lot of other people just starting out. So
yes,
I
yes, it will be really
usually
helpful.
I conduct webinars once a month to just share the knowledge I have with new writers who are just starting out, just 1 or 2 months, or just starting it. So when I get assistance, I share it. I want
That's
to just
very
be that
nice.
connecting bridge where I can whatever I learn, I can share it. So by sharing, I learn better, and it will even help them.
Yes, that is how, I mean, it should be ideally like this only. Because I also, what I do is I upskill myself. I learn from, from people, from courses, from different different things, and then I educate. I try to tell people the things that I've learned. That is how we actually, grow. So that is what I also adopt.
So
So
is this
yes.
one thing which you love about content writing, which brings you into this field?
So I've always felt that there was, there was a kida in me that always wanted to write, because my mom also writes, right? So I've seen her writing that too, short stories or poems or these creative things. So first of all, I started writing poems because I used to see her, and she used to recite in front of me. That is how I actually thought that I can write something. So after that, I mean, there's a phase that everyone, you go through mentally and physically. You those kind of phases, emotional phases, that is when I wrote the most. But then after some point of time, I kind of stopped it. And then is when I actually got to know about content writing. So it was after my post graduation that I got to know that yes, I can also, because I had applied for a job, but I didn't get that job because I used to I have been anchoring in shows. I used to anchor then, so I thought I would like to be an anchor. I am made to be an anchor, but that was not the case with me. I had to write, so that is why I got my first job. I gave it a shot and I really liked writing. So this is how my journey started. I kind of started engaging with people, got to know more about writing. That is how it started 3 years back.
Wow, that's great. So, what will you tell a newbie liar who's just starting out? Is it good to go for full time as a content writer, join a job, or freelance when you're just starting out?
So I know a lot of people who have not even done their graduation and they are still freelancing. They have started freelancing, and that is very good for them. I mean, if it's a part-time thing, it's really great. But what, according to my experience, I feel that people should really have that corporate experience. They should give the interview, have that corporate experience, and work with the brands, work in a team. It's an altogether a different experience, because if you initially, if you start freelancing, you'll be alone. How would you know where you stand, what your standard is? You wouldn't know, right? You just
Yeah,
you don't know how your client is. I mean, he would know about writing or he wouldn't. Generally, they don't, right? That is why they approach us,
yeah.
the content writers, copywriters. So we wouldn't be able to actually grow if we don't have anyone to look after us or look after our writing. So I feel one should really, that is why I joined an agency, because I thought that agency is the best medium to grow and learn, because there are different, you get to learn and do different kind of works from different various backgrounds of industries. I have also
Hmm.
worked for various industries, like be it insurance, banking, travel, fashion, health, wellness, anything you ask me. Apart from technical things, I don't like technical work, I'm not interested in technical work. So they never gave me that because I couldn't have justified it, right? So it's best, if you're starting out, if you know, first of all, that you really want to be into content writing, you have to take a job. You have to, I mean, you should work in an agency or somewhere in a good brand, so that you get experience, you get knowledge. There are different kind of skills that you gain from it. For example, communication skills,
Yeah.
social skills. So it is very important. But if we start freelancing just after graduation, I feel you will miss a lot of things. Maybe you can give it a try. Maybe you can. It also depends on person to person. For example, one if one has an introvert nature, they might think that I can go with freelancing because I don't like being around people. That is what I used to think, but it's not that. It's not the same case. I mean, you kind of get flexible, you kind of get molded in that environment, so it's fine. Go for it, go work in an agency, go out, meet people, make connections, and it'll be fine. After that, maybe after 1 or 2 years of experience, you can go and see, introspect and see if you really want to freelance or not. That is up to you then.
So, as a freelancer, what do you think is the best way to get clients?
For
Which
a freelancer,
platforms? Huh, do they have to, register in platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, or it's, better to, cold outreach, and get clients?
so I would say that actually I'm not actually I've just heard about Upwork. I've heard about Fiverr, but I've never used them as such because I was a full-time employee. I never, I mean, I really wanted to do freelancing at some point of time, but because I did not have time. After I used to have 9 to 6 job, and after that, I didn't get time at all. So, but during the lockdown, I started freelancing because I was at my home and I had the world's time to actually contribute my time to freelancing and learn things. So, but I did not go for Upwork or Fiverr, but I have heard these two platforms are really great. These two are really great. And apart from that, if you really want to work, LinkedIn is the best platform because I've got so many leads. Trust me, I've got so many leads that I have worked for some of them. I worked for some of them, but I've just, spread the word. I've just spread my work to other writers. This is how leads work. Once you are consistent, just start posting on LinkedIn good content, valuable content, and optimize your profile nicely. Start engaging with other people, and clients will actually get attracted to your profile and they will come with the leads. So I feel apart from Fiverr or Upwork, LinkedIn is the best medium. I mean, primary. If the if you ask me the first platform, that should be LinkedIn, and after
LinkedIn.
that, Upwork and Fiverr. Yes.
Okay. So there's a lot of misconception about charging. So some say you shouldn't charge below this level. A content writer shouldn't work below this level. And there's often time when you're just starting out, the clients are not ready to pay you per word. If you charge higher, they're not ready to pay you because you don't have that experience. So what should how should we charge, the pricing model when it comes to freelance writing?
See, if one is a newbie, one doesn't have so many samples to show or something. First of all, you have to make your portfolio, right? You should write something. You should start your website, if not, a blogging page, or not. If not even that, you're so lazy in doing that. Start posting on LinkedIn. Start posting normal posts or even articles. There's a option where you can publish articles on LinkedIn. You can publish articles or blogs on Medium, WordPress. I mean, you can do a lot of things because even when I was starting out, I was skeptical whether I didn't just know where to start from, how to make my portfolio. No one was there to direct me. But now I say that, there are so many medium that you can start working on. You can start writing. Even from my I have not published any article on LinkedIn, but I just used to write 1300 characters of posts each and every day or alternate days, right? From that I have gotten leads, so many leads. So the question is about pricing, right? So I feel there are two ways that you should go with, and that is, some people go with per hour or per word basis. So others go with per project or per month, or monthly basis. So
Hmm.
personally, if you ask me, you should go with per project or per word basis. And if you are going with per word basis, because don't go with per hour, because you don't know how much research do you need, and how much it'll include client calls or not. So per hour is kind of very complex thing to actually to actually say that I'll charge this much per hour. So don't go with that. Go with per word, because the timing depends on your convenience. Okay. And if what is the price that you should ask? If you have, let's say you have two or three samples with you, what is your price, right? So I would say, I used to say that don't go less than 1 rupee per word, right? Or 80 paisa per word. But the thing is, after that, I realized that, there are different people, and they are at different levels. You don't know whether they have good writing or not, they have good grammar or not, they have their basics right or not. So I cannot really say. If one has bad I mean, they write the content very badly and they're asking for 1 rupee per word, no one is going to give them, right?
Hmm.
They wouldn't
Yeah.
even get the experience. They wouldn't even get the client, right? That is why we have to make sure that someone is doing some work, even if they are doing it badly. I mean, we are there to check. At least we are not paying them, so it's fine. That is why internships are there, right? So it doesn't mean that we should do free internships. I won't say that, because right. So I feel just see yourself, what is your standard of writing. If you can't, because I like my writing, I cannot judge it, right? Please ask your friends, relatives, fellow writers, where does your writing stands, right? According to that content, or the kind of stuff, the kind of writing you have, you can set your own pricing. You can start with 80 paisa. Please start with 80 paisa if you have the grammar basic right. After that, you grow with time. Even if you are even after 2 or 3 times you are not getting the client, go a bit lower. Not go to 50 paisa, please. That's my because after that, that's exploitation. They are content milling, and there are people to they sell cheap content, and because of which if someone is accepting the pricing on 50 paisa, then content writers like us, the experienced ones, they don't actually get the clients. You know why? Because we create good content, but because there is cheap content on market, we don't get the work. And there is bad content. As I told you, that I read blogs and articles, the grammar is not right, something is here or there, and people do not know how to use punctuation marks. So those are the things that happen. So the main thing is, know your standard, right? And after that, you go with the pricing. Start with something. If you're not getting clients on that amount, go a little bit lower, but don't too much. So that is how, it has to be balanced.
So we need to have a base price fixed, and upon that,
Yes.
based on how the client and works out, we can be flexible. We cannot be rigid with so much itself.
No, we cannot be, especially if we are a beginner, we cannot be rigid. After some point of time, when you have a portfolio, when you have the confidence to tell people, when you have gained the credibility, when you have the testimonials that yes, she or he is a person that writes really well, she is expert in her field, that is when you can actually ask the other person that, see, this is my pricing. If you want the work to be done according to my my thinking, my mindset, please go with this pricing, otherwise it's fine.
That's very insightful. Quite a different perspective to the whole thing.
Yes, because I have gained a lot of knowledge in freelancing. Even I started freelancing some 8 to 9 months ago, because because there was lockdown, and I wanted to freelance. So I saw a lot of ups and downs. I got a lot of leads. I worked for some of them, but a lot of them ghosted me. And these kind of experience, I had these kind of experiences. I also used to ask people what should be the pricing. I don't know my pricing. So ultimately I felt that, see, it's about you, it's about your writing. You have to negotiate. If you are freelancing, if you are thinking that I'll be a freelancer, you have to have that mindset that I have to negotiate at some point of time. You have to be a good negotiator. You should have good communication skills. And I used to think that I am an introvert, and because I did not speak much with, even with my family, I don't speak much. I mean, just to the point things, that's it. So I felt that I wouldn't be able to do it and something like that. But yes, after I started freelancing, I felt that I've grown so much. There's a lot of confidence. So if you want to do it as a part time, yes, you should do it. It gives you a lot of skills, and that too unconsciously.
Hmm. That is there. I've seen the changes in myself.
Yes, exactly.
So I'd like to ask something personal. So, what is that? a mistake you did when you just started out as a content writer, that one mistake which you don't want any newbie to make. That's something, a gray area. Don't do that.
So I feel, first of all, as I said, don't work for free, right? Even if you feel that you would you would be, self-criticizing, you would not like, you might not like your own work, but you'll say that I'll work for free and see what the client says, and according to his or her validation, I'll charge the other client. Don't do that. Just don't work for free. That is my first thing, because I had the same thing that I'll work for free and I'll gain the validation, and then according to his or her validation, I'll start my pricing. So after that, do not overthink. And if you have to take those steps, you should go for it. Do not just don't overthink, if whether I'll fail or whether I'll pass, whether I'll be able to do it or not. Because if you don't take those initial steps, you won't be able to actually grow or go forward, right? So
Yeah.
so these were the things. Don't judge yourself, because I used to judge myself, that what will people think, what will they say. For example, starting my LinkedIn posts, I would say, I used to observe people. I observed people for a month, but then for a month, it's so long, it's so long. How can one observe people for 1 month? So now I feel I have kind of wasted my, why didn't I post just even randomly? Why didn't I post? Why I wanted to make my post perfect? There's nothing as perfectionism, right? So so I would say that whatever you think, just don't overthink and go for it. Take your steps. You land somewhere.
That is there.
Yeah.
So, as we all know, a good writer is a good reader.
Hmm.
The one who reads good things is able to write. So, what are your
Hmm.
few book recommendation, or any that one book a content writer needs to read?
So I feel that if you are into fiction, read fiction stories. If you're into non-fiction, read non-fiction stories. It's up to you, right? The main agenda is reading and growing, and introspecting what I have read today. It should be reading. If you don't like books, for example, I did not have the proper time to read 300 pages books or 400 pages books, but earlier I used to read it in 3 to 4 days, even after I used to have full-time job. So I feel if you don't like reading, or you don't have time, you can go for blogs or articles. There are so many interesting websites that you can go and read blogs and articles from. So you can read a couple of articles or blogs every day. You can increase your vocabulary. You can um, uh, learn and grow. So apart from that, if you still want to if you still want any name of the book, so I have read Casualtizing. It's really good. It's for content copywriting, right? If you want to be a copywriter, you can go with Casualtizing. It gives you a lot of knowledge about the consumers insights, what they think and how you should write a copy, and that too in a very fun way, in a um, uh, you know it's just a story kind of. It's very conversational, so it'll be it's very fun to read. So you should, if there's a book I can recommend, that is Casualtizing.
Thank you so much. It was, so great speaking to it. It gives, complete different perspective to the whole thing. And it's
That's
always,
great.
it's like, instead of, experiencing and, going through all the 3 years, it's like, bundle of your 3-year experience which I'm going to take away from here.
I'm so happy that I'm able to actually tell you each and everything, because this is what I really want. Because I don't want people to suffer, because I had suffered and I did not have the right direction. So I feel whatever I can tell people that this is the right thing, please do this. So please have that mindset and just go with it.
Thank you so much. It's great talking to you. I fall short of words for this, but yeah, it will definitely help me a lot in improving myself. And everyone who watches this, hears to this, and takes back something for their journey of writing.
Thank you so much for these kind words. And do you have any questions?
No, all my questions are completely answered. You know,
Okay, okay. So
so minute
I would
details.
also, okay, great. Thank you. So I would also like to tell that please, as I said, I would reiterate this fact that, you know, just take those initial steps, because I am happy that you did it. I'm happy that your sister did it, and you must have had your own community or fellow writers. I'm happy that they started writing, but there are so many people, newbie writers, those do not actually start writing because they have those fears of failure, of judgment, self criticism, or overthinking. So these I've come from these fears, so please do not let it hold you back. Just do what you have to do. Just go for it. Don't feel that others will feel this or that. Just go for it. Take your initial steps, and connect to the fellow writers or the experts in the field. So they'll help you a lot. Connect on
Yeah.
LinkedIn, and they'll help you. Just engage with the community and learn and grow.
Yeah, thank you so much. And for everyone who's going to watch this, I'm going to tell this one thing: to follow you, to read out what you read, because I have been following you for some time now. I'm not exactly following you, but a lot of mutual connections. I used to always have you on my newsfeed. So, going through
Okay.
your content, the insights which you share out, has always been great. My first, when I, came, actually knew about you, was the podcast which you did with Rohit. So, that was the first
Okay.
time I came across you and your content. And from then
The
on, it was,
live, not podcast.
yeah, the live,
Yes.
sorry, the live which you
Yes,
did.
yes, yes.
Yeah, so that is where, I exactly, I started, and it was a post which introduced you to me, sorry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes. So that is when I started reading your content, and it actually helps a lot and it comes from someone experienced to someone who's not experienced, just bit confused and messed up. It actually helps a lot in giving that direction. I thank you so much for giving your time,
Thank you so much for
helping me
inviting me,
out.
reading my content, supporting me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It's great having you here.
Thank
And
you.
I definitely stay connected with you.
Definitely. I'll be more than happy with this.
Thank you so much. Have a great Sunday.
Yes, you too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.